Welcome to episode 29 of Think Like a Predator. If you're considering playing Predator Hunting Grounds or you're new and struggling to hunt the fire team, then this ongoing tutorial series is for you. I'm Feather214, but you can call me Feather, and in this series I'll take a hunting match that I've already completed as the Predator, narrate the game, and explain my strategies along the way. So I just found the fire team, leaped here and found this guy. I start slicing him up a little bit. He pretty much just runs away. I chase him, and his teammate comes in, and then just watch my health. Gone. Gone. So with that introduction out of the way, let's check out what Predator I'm using for this match. The Predator for this episode is named Savage. He is my default main Predator, and because he is that, he undergoes constant evolution. I'm always tweaking him to make him better suited for good and bad fire teams alike. So for this episode, he is still an exiled Predator, this time using the Analytic Specialization, allowing me to do 15% extra damage, whether it be melee or ranged, on the fire team when they are fully scanned. You'll know they're fully scanned when they have bright red diamonds floating above their heads. For primary and secondary weapons, I've got the hook and the bow. For gear, healing kits, and bear traps. Starting off with perks, I've got Modified Reserves. I think a lot of people underestimate Modified Reserves' value with the Exiled Predator specifically, because with the Exiled Predator, you can actually be cloaked, look through heat vision at the same time, and your energy actually continues to regenerate extremely slowly. Next up, Large Pouch. That's going to give me 2 extra pieces of gear across the board, so I'm going to have a total of 4 healing kits and 7 bear traps. Last but not least, the Medic perk, allowing me to heal with syringes twice as fast, and that includes healing out of second wind. So since the beginning of this match, I have healed with a pig. I have come back to where the fire team was. I am way on my guard now after they took down my health so fast. Last time I laid a bear trap around the corner there, but it already got somebody and it was too late to capitalize on it. So bringing out the plasma caster. Rule of thumb, whenever you're up against a really good aggressive fire team, the plasma caster is your friend. The plasma caster is your best friend. You keep your distance, you keep lighting them up. Yes, there's a laser, and yes, it takes your energy, and those are necessary consequences to make it a balanced, fair game, in my opinion. Nothing's perfect. It's not a perfect game. But, yeah, so you're going to have to, when you deal with a really good fire team like this, you're going to have to mess with your cloak a little bit. You're going to have to uncloak so that you can shoot him with the caster, and you're going to have to use the terrain and the buildings as your cover, like any other video game. So cloaking isn't everything. So anyway, they're all bunched up here. I'm like so happy to get some of those shots off, getting some massive damage on the entire fire team with a couple of those hits there. And so I'm okay with them wanting to group up the whole time. I've got everybody fully scanned, so it should be working even when you don't see the diamond above their head. Now that they're all fully scanned, to my understanding, the damage buff should be working all together now. So I jump in buildings, kind of making it hard for them to keep track of me, taking shots whenever I can. I saw a pig run off here, and I'm going to go ahead and take as many of these pigs as I can when I do see them, because this is going to be a match where I'm probably going to have to heal myself a lot. I know I gave my position away there. They spotted me while I was chasing this pig. I wasn't cloaked. So I'm just going to kill it, get away, and throw a couple slices in here since I landed right next to that guy. And now I'm actually considering just meleeing him because I don't see his team around at all. I downed him with a heavy hit with the hook. Gonna claim him real quick and get the hell out of there. So we got our first claim. Really happy to have that because this fire team has me on edge. I'm going in here with a heavy on this guy, on this Dante character. But a few knife attempts from him took my health down pretty significantly. So he ran inside this building. I'm pressuring him some more with the plasma caster, but now I do have to be careful. My health is pretty low. So I'm running away here, going to look for one of those pigs, and I'm pretty confident that they did not follow me. I'm looking around in heat vision just to be sure. But I wasn't hearing any footprints when I did get to that pig. So whenever you do go to a pig and you think you might be followed, just listen for those footsteps behind you. If you're not hearing anything, you might be okay, at least for a few seconds. So I pop target isolation to get my bearings on where the fire team is again. I'm just running past the NPCs, don't care about them. I want to go after this fire team and eliminate them as soon as I can. So I'm throwing out a bunch of light hits here. I'm not going to claim him yet because I'm just going to get lit up if I do. Going in with the heavy on this teammate of his. He's immediately going for the self-revive. Not going to let him get it. This guy is too, and a couple hits thinking I could finish him off, but it didn't. He was still reviving, so I went ahead and just claimed him. Quick claim will pretty much work every time unless they're like just about to revive when they're self-reviving. Got another pig out the gate here. I'm gonna chase him a little bit. They can have the reinforcements. I just wiped him out pretty fast, and this way, if I beat him or when I beat him, there's no excuses. Let him have the reinforcements. Got the pig. Now I'm gonna go in for the reinforcements. Mainly I didn't go for the reinforcements because I knew I didn't want to play the clock. I'd rather just have a pig ready, and we can go round 2. So here I'm waiting to see for them to give themselves away. Also waiting for target isolation. It came back, so I just used it. And now we're heading towards the pink orbs. Got a couple of them scanned. I'm going to move in, see if I can get some hits in. I'm not really expecting to claim anybody right now because they're all bunched up, and I knew how hard it was to fight them earlier with that. But I am going to throw in some hits. I haven't used any of my syringes, so I still have all 4 med kits at my disposal. And this is kind of why I saved them, even on a loadout like this where I have 4 of them and I heal extra fast with them. So anyway, because if they reinforce, you want to have those medkits for this. This is where it counts. So anyway, I'm jumping around trying to make myself difficult to hit even though I'm not cloaked. And I'm just conserving my energy so I can throw out some really quick plasma caster shots. Real quick. I have upped the sensitivity on my sticks. On my look sensitivity is at 1.4. Both horizontal and vertical. So I've been doing that for about a month now, and it really didn't take that long to get used to. So anyway, took some damage there. I didn't get a claim. I'd like to heal after I've gotten at least 1 claim, but I know I'm wearing this fire team down and time is running out, so I'm not going to have very many opportunities to heal anyway as the time continues to run down in this match. So I went ahead and used my first med kit, and now I'm just catching up with the fire team again. Looking around these caves, I know that they're inside, and there's a guy chasing me. So he took a few shots. I turned around, started chasing him. He ran back to group up with his fire team. The fire team's pretty much just sticking together. Strength in numbers, I get it. But that's where the plasma caster comes in, and it's going to affect all of them when they're all bunched up like that. So beautiful thing about the plasma caster, again, when you're fighting good fire teams, plasma caster's probably your best friend. Especially for this type, they just want to stick together. I can keep my distance and keep getting that splash damage on all of them. I laid a bear trap thinking they were going to follow me around the corner there, but I don't think they ever did. This guy came out all by himself, threw down a heavy and some lights, downed him with the hook, claimed him real quick. Thankfully I was able to get that claim and not get sent into second wind. I was kind of expecting second wind when I did claim him, and so I felt pretty fortunate that I did not get it. Yes, I was going to spend a second wind getting that claim. because the clock is winding down and I want to wipe this fire team again. So I jumped up the cliff here and was pretty confident they would have a hard time tracking me down. A lot of fire teams can do it, but I was willing to bet that they weren't going to find me here. So I healed again, down to 2 med kits and 3 fire team members. And back at full health. I used target isolation again. And we got a guy near the entrance of the cave. The fire team's starting to split up here, so I mean, that's their mistake. That's the last thing you want to do against, I mean, at least unless you're muddying up, unless you're really good about staying mudded, you know, where I can't track you. But they didn't do that either. They just split up and stayed wide open targets. This guy's holding a grenade. You can see he's cooking a grenade, so I leaped away from him. And he had to release it, did nothing, so he wasted a grenade there. He's still throwing out grenades, not sure where I'm at, and then right when he turned in to go back in the cave, I'm chasing him again. Throwing out a heavy, I missed, but I really just want to connect. He's not around any of his teammates. Taking him down gives one last fire team member out there, so got his claim. There's one more guy to track down, and this game is all but wrapped up. I've still got 2 healing kits, med kits, healing syringes, whatever. Looking good. And I'm feeling pretty good too, because pretty aggressive fire team, pretty good at keeping track of me, and really good at putting on damage, as we saw from the beginning of this match. So I was not going to go easy on them. They made a point early on that this would not be a cakewalk, so a lot of hook action in this one. A lot of plasma caster. You got to do what you got to do to win. A lot, you know, people who play fire team, they complain about plasma caster and axe, and I haven't heard much complaints about the hook, even though I have seen people say, which I agree with, that the hook is actually kind of better than the axe. It may not do the same damage, but it still does heavy damage, and it's a little harder to avoid. But hey, I mean, players want to complain, and they can do that all they want. But really, I think people just complain when they lose. That's my own opinion. So, that was my TED Talk while we were waiting for the chopper to show up, because target isolation was not revealing this last fire team member. I had to wait because they're mudded up. They're playing it smart. They're mudding up and they're just trying to stay hidden, and they're trying to finish the game. They're not trying to just hide for the entire match. It is so pointless when I see fire team players hide the entire match. They run the clock down, hiding, staying mudded up. Like, bro, you're not going to win that way. It counts as a win for the Predator. I've gotten my claims. So I appreciate this fire team member actually trying to win the game still and going for the chopper. And even though I know what to do here, I've still had a lot of losses in this moment. So right here, I see the ropes come down. I'm waiting for the ropes to come down before throwing the bear traps, because I don't want NPCs to trigger them. I threw bear traps everywhere. It's the end of the game. It's the last guy, so yeah. It got him. I didn't know what direction he was coming from. Didn't matter. Got him stuck with a bear trap. Went in with the hook. Finished him off and got the long claim and the win. Bear traps for the win again. And now the rest of my bear traps are going off from NPCs. That's funny. So Think Like a Predator, episode 29. Consider liking, subscribing if you enjoyed the videos or learned something from them. Leave me some feedback, and I will see you next time.